Hello, I think I'm back. Right, sorry. Our internet just crashed for like 5 minutes. So, yep. Right. Anyway, anyone got more questions? Anyone got questions? Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, so it's not. I don't think the lands are going to be decided this evening. I think we need to take stock and do some voting, and let's do things properly and figure out what the best option is going to be. And I'll probably put a few options because people it's hard to vote on stuff when there's no options. So I'll probably put together some sort of packages of lands as sort of examples, and then people can let me know what they think of these sort of things. Right. Yes, and that's the thing is that people are new to this, and it's not as if the calculations behind how much the land owns is the simplest things in the world. So we need to obviously educate people because they don't know what they're voting for. So that's not good if people don't know what they're voting for. It's also not good if they don't know what they're investing in. But I have tried to tell people not to invest if they don't know, but that it doesn't stop everyone. But that's okay. We're here to teach people about the game, um, get new players up to speed, and get anyone that's mined or invested in the land sort of part of this ownership. This is the whole idea that we are all owners together, and that we make the decisions together. So that's going to be the plan. Now, there might be bits where I would recommend maybe what we would do, but like I'm not going to be angry if people outvote me. I don't care. This is part of the fun. This is what we've created. Is that we're all landowners now. We get to do what we need to get make decisions. Um, it would be good to have different options for people. I get that. There's some people want to mine for NFTs, some people want to mine for Trillium, and the balance constantly changes. So, it's good to have different options. Um, so, yeah, and that's the thing. Actually, someone just asked, will land packs possibly be in the mix? Well, I mean, again, it's not financially maybe the best option, but it's certainly the most fun. Let me just show you actually. For 65,000 Trillium, we could buy a land pack. And in a land pack, you get 8 cards. You get a guaranteed land card. You don't know what it's going to be. You get some Trillium. So you could get 1,000 Trillium. You could get 9,000 Trillium. The first land pack I ever opened, I got 9,000 Trillium inside of it. And you get 7 items on top. So the first land pack that I opened, I got 2 legendary items. I got a Storm Giant and I got a Quantum Drill. I got 9,000 Trillium and I got, yeah. So it was a really good pack. And then I opened 2 more land packs because this was when land packs, people didn't realize about the land packs, and they were a lot cheaper in comparison to the land, so there wasn't much difference between you buying a land and you buying a land pack. But so, but I also the other two times I opened a land pack, I kind of got dreadful stuff. I got like 1,000 trillium each, and I got terrible cards, so it wasn't worth it. So, but the first land pack I ever opened, I got an epic mountain on Neri, which is a pretty incredible pull. I got 2 legendaries. So, like I said here, you can see the price of them: $20,000, $21,000. And you can go to open.worlds and you can see what's still left in the packs. And there could be some stuff in there. So people want to gamble. I love a gamble. You know, there's still some stuff out there. Some geothermal springs. There's an epic methane swampland on the run, still available. There's a geothermal springs on the run, still available. So depending on how much money that we raise, you know, you could go 2 lands and a land pack. I don't actually know if we've got enough money to do that, but could be fun. You could always sell the land if we don't like what's inside, but obviously it takes it. But there's stuff out there that we could get. There's a mushroom forest on the run, still out there. Obviously, this is not the full list of lands. I've got a spreadsheet actually that I can bring up with the full list. People might be interested in. Just give me a second. I'll see if I can find it. In the meantime, feel free to ask any questions. I will get to them. I'm just trying to find. Right, I found it. Back to the browser. So I worked out of the chance of you know what's still left in the pack. There'll be less left now because obviously this was a week or two ago. Things change in a lot of weeks, but you know there's still 11 geothermal springs out there. Still 4 mushroom forests in the packs. 22 grasslands. So, and I could give you a sort of idea of what's left. Well, this one I truncated the name so it didn't include the planet, but these days I probably want to see how much is left on the run. But you know, you can just can do is I can do filter. You know, you can sort of see like how many. You know, there's 78 rare or epic cards out of 440 still available. So if it's a route that people would like to go down, then we can go down. Because if you get lucky, obviously it's very good. You could get an amazing land and you get a load of trillium and you get some items that could be then sold and distributed back to the shareholders. So, like I said, this is the fun part. We've reached the fun part of the game now, is that we get to decide as a group what we do. So, let's go have a look. Hopefully land sellers don't get wind. Yes, I am a bit worried of people putting the price up knowing that we are one of the people buying the most land at the moment. Do you think that interest in mining will decrease when Thunderdome and Binance will... No, the demand for mining will go massively up because you need Trillium to do all of these things. Everyone needs Trillium to do all of these upcoming game features, and the mining rewards keep going down. That's part of the strategy of buying as much land as possible as a group so that you guarantee your Trillium income for the next couple of years. So if this game lasts a couple of years, you've always got that Trillium to take part in these features. When the new features come, obviously the demand for Trillium is going to increase, and the price of land is going to increase. That's just the basic idea behind why we're buying all of this. What's the purpose of HISS and the value of HISS? The purpose of HISS is to give people an incentive to mine on the community bought lands. Obviously, I can't offer people an as good deal on mining on the community lands as my own, because I don't actually care one bit about making any money off of people mining on my lands. It's irrelevant to me. I take all of the money. I take 10%. I put it into the guild fund. I take the other 10% and I put it into on your behalf into the land fund. So I don't care about the commission. Now the shareholders, they've invested a lot of money, and quite rightly, they want to get a return on that money. So I can only give you I can only give you tokens at a reduced rate. But rather than just giving you tiny amounts of snaky, which is not, I don't think, very helpful, is that we've got this new token HISS that is going to be used for all sorts of things. So the first thing is the HISS raffle, where it's a chance for people that maybe don't have much money to not. I don't want people gambling, but like, it's not. I don't want people flooding in their HISS, so maybe it'll be limited, but a very small amount, a fun amount to participate and take a chance on maybe gaining a lot more HISS that they could use towards becoming more of a landowner, because maybe someone that's not going to be able to afford to put lots of Trillium in, but this raffle that we don't take any profit from, the money is redistributed throughout the community, gives people, the everyday person, a chance to maybe get a lot of HISS they could use for something. Do you get a piece of land each pack? Yes, you get a guaranteed land per pack. There's no chance of you not getting one. You get one land and you get 7 random cards. And there you can have a list, have a look at all the lands left still available. Has the consideration for land purchase been discussed regarding investing in one particular planet or diversifying into purchasing lands from various planets? Right now, kind of the strategy that we're going for is that we want to focus on the RON, because we feel like we've got a good chance of maybe getting involved in the government there, and we can focus on improving the quality of the planet for all the lands that we own. Whereas if we own lands on all the different planets, then we're kind of at the mercy of some of the whales in this game that just earn so much money. I mean, I showed you earlier, there's people pulling in hundreds of thousands of Trillium per week. I mean, I'm not sure how we can compete with that. Are packs for sale on Atomic Hub? Can't seem to find them. No, they're not. They are on Wax Stash because they are a simple asset and not an atomic asset. So similar to Colo Box or something like that, you can only buy them on Wax Stash, and I will put a link just now on where you go to have a look at them, and where you go to buy them if anyone's got a spare 20k in their back pocket. Can we still swap TLM to snakies? No, the investment period is closed. I won't take part in such giveaways, but yeah, Nerd is the unluckiest man alive. I don't think that he should be anywhere near opening the pack. Me, I've got pretty good luck when I open packs, so if you guys want to put your faith in the roll of the dice or the RNG, then I'll open the pack and I'll deliver us a legendary. Alright, let's scroll up and see any more questions. This definitely needs to be decided as a group, not 12. Yeah, so nothing gets decided on this stream right now. This is just me talking because people are obviously excited about what's happened today, and I'm just wanting to inform people because it's been a very busy time and maybe they've not got a chance to hear from me as much as I would have liked. I would not think the pack would be the best since it risks getting out of their own investment. That's true. I'd be okay with an epic on the run and a land pack as an option. I don't know if we can afford that, but maybe. Again, it just comes back to the fact is that we want guaranteed income, really, and the way to get guaranteed income is just to buy land, and so it just comes to a point where how much extra would some people need to mine on a land for you to make back that 600 trillion a week you're missing out from the detail payment. If the group knows landowners, they should spread the word. So I've contacted a few landowners. A couple of them are not very interested in what I've got to say. A couple of them are maybe saying some discounts on the big ones, which is good. A couple of them are just don't really. I don't think they're taking me very seriously. And then some of them, I'm even offering them a better land than what they've like a better deal than what they would get on the market, and they're still happy to sell because they don't trust me or whatever. So it's always like I remember the first day I ever did this guild. The first day I did this guild, I gave someone 3 drills. On the first day that this guild launched, I gave someone 3 drills, and then I explained to him that he's not going to be able to mine with those 3 drills at the same time unless he uses the set bag contract. And I sent him the link, and I sent him the asset IDs of him to do it. And then what he said, nice try, you fucking scammer, and he blocked me. And that was one of the first people that I gave tools to. So that I think it's still in the stage of that people don't just get what we're trying to do at the moment. So, but it's like, so it was very funny though. Yeah, so that was one of the first interactions. Someone I gave drills to. I was being generous. Wouldn't usually give out the drills to just someone like. But that's yeah. I mostly gave out shovels to people on the first day. But one of the few people I gave some drills to, that was that guy, and he thought I was trying to scam him. I was giving him free drills and telling him how to equip it. He just blocked me. So yeah, I mean, like, it's been an unbelievable day. I mean, I thought that it would take us a week to raise this sort of money. It's only taken us literally one day to raise double the amount that we were trying to do. So we can sort of relax a bit and we can focus on how do we grow the guild? How do we make it a good place? The guild is about 3 to 4 weeks old. Can we even sell the ownership in the future? Yes, you can trade your ownership shares on Alcor. I will personally pay the Alcor listing fee, and you guys can trade your shares on the open market. So you can go on, and whatever the new share name is, you can trade it on the open market. That's the same for Sammy Snake Land A token. So, but what we want is we want new players and that are going to take part in some of the fun stuff. So, the 2 main features that were obviously coming from providing unique features that no other people can provide is this CPU contract and the tool loaning contract. I don't think that anyone else will going to be able to do that in the near future. So that will, again, part of what gives us a unique selling point is the shared ownership. Another thing of these 2 contracts is that we are always aiming to be on the cutting edge of what you can do with Alien Worlds. Tool loans could be considered. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, though. I just explained that we've got a tool loaning system. It's going to be available in the next couple of weeks, and it's pretty game changing. If I'm honest with you, if it works how we think it's going to work, then you might not even need to buy any tools ever again. Who knows? But yeah, so don't worry, guys. I hear you. I know people want me to give out the more drills, and a lot of people are stuck on shovels and stuck on the drills once they get them, and it's too expensive to upgrade. This loaning system is going to change all of that, and it's one of the major things that's going to bring people to mine with us, is that the access to this. So yeah, so those are going to be some more unique selling points to like mass users, and then on top of that, we're going to have lots of fun stuff. So we're going to have our own NFTs. I know everyone's doing their own NFTs at the moment, so we've got our own sort of Sammy Snake mining game that we're going to start developing. just a simple thing to get people to start earning more snaky tokens and what have you. We're going to have lots of different things to use your HIS tokens for. We're going to incentivize mining on different lands on different days to make sure that it's not just everyone mining on one land and not the others. But we're going to take some time to really to put these features in, and I don't think that every single week we're going to be buying a new land. I think we need to start thinking about, right, how do we get that funding in place to make sure that we're on the government, and we need more people. We need more people to buy into what we're doing, because it's not possible without the miners and the investors. So we need to get people. We need to get first of all, we need to get the people unflagged that have been unfairly flagged. We need to get the people, the new people that are interested in this idea of shared ownership. We need to teach them and get them interested in the guild. And we don't actually do any the only advertising that we've done is that Zul'jin's very kindly done some very nice videos on us, and that's the main source of advertising. We don't advertise in the official Alien Worlds Discord very much, if at all. We don't advertise on Twitter. We don't advertise really on Facebook or anything like that. People are only just finding out about us, and once people sort of realize that what the group is capable of. I mean, you raise 100,000 trillion in one day. That's no joke. So it's going to spread, and people are going to get involved. And we definitely need more people. But we need the right type of people, and that's what it's all about. It's so far that each and every one of you that comes in the Discord are the right type of people, and I very rarely have any problems with anyone on the Discord. So we're building a really good community here. Any news about the farmed snaky payout? I don't seem to receive mine. I believe it was released hours ago. I think there's a small bug, and that you will be receiving that snaky, and that snaky token will be available for you to exchange for the land token, so it will be fine. We will get that sorted out. Need a payout to show people it's legit. Yeah, I mean, the next week we'll have the payout. I wouldn't worry about the payouts. Like, the contracts are all built. Like, they're all built, they're uploaded. They just need some small tweaks. Yeah, that's the thing. Is it that it's time now that we've achieved our goals, some of our early goals here. It's maybe time, and if some of you have good marketing experiences, I'm open to receiving advice on how we get the message out. I'm happy to do interviews and things to spread the message. I've contacted a few people about maybe doing an article on us. We've got a lot of good people from that Zul'jin coverage, and I'm really grateful for him to have done that. And also, I get on really well with him, so it doesn't, it's not a chore to set up to speak to him. I really enjoy speaking with him, and he gives me some really good advice. He's got a lot of wisdom. I just woke up and sent my trillium like 2 minutes ago. I mean, if your transaction went through, you got your tokens. What are you expecting the payout per week from the SS Lander to be in the near future? Well, it'll be the commission, which is around 250 to 300 trillion per day, plus the around 600 trillion per week detail payment. So you're probably looking at 900 trillion getting paid out per week, and you split that between the percentage share. Do you want to buy land on Binance Planet? It is not a planet that you can buy land on. It is purely a DeFi, decentralized finance, sort of make more money on your money planet. So there's going to be missions. You can earn special artifacts and items, but you do need a lot of trillium to do it. But it's not an actual planet where you can buy land on. Alien Worlds, I don't think, are going to release any more planets where you can buy land on for at least another 2 or 3 years. I really don't think so. So we will probably have a system where we can pool our money together and gain access to the Binance missions and the interest that it provides. Do you still get paid if you've a minuscule percentage of land day? Everyone gets paid. Everyone gets paid at some point. Yeah, we've got some great tools that we're going to be making it a lot easier. Thanks to Diraxnia and Shadow for working hard on them. I know that we've got a lot of tokens, and all of this is new for a lot of people. There will be Discord commands to help new people understand what each of the tokens does at any time and see how many snakies they've got, his tokens, landowner tokens, all of that, and maybe help them understand what their current payout's going to be and things like that. So thanks to them for working on that. Awesome. Is it still possible to earn snakies through mining? Should be. Whether they get paid out or not, that's the question. I need to. I can't remember if they get paid out or not. But what time will we be buying the lands? Well, we got 100,000 trillium to sell, so and we've got voting that needs to happen, so we need to set this voting in place. People that have bought in will receive a voting token, and we will set up a couple of options, and people will vote. They will send the token to a particular address or part of it, or use a memo to say what they will probably send it to one address, and with a memo A, B, C, D, E, that sort of thing, and we'll choose. Or maybe we'll have a vote in certain stages. So maybe we would do a vote that would talk about land packs, a land pack and a small land. Maybe we do a vote that would say buy 3 lands, and then maybe we would do the vote in different stages. We need to figure it out. The only thing is, I know I said that we're in no rush, but there is always the risk that the trillium price will go down or wax will go down. So, but if that happens, then the price of the land should also fall as well. So, all snakies pay down. Okay, cool. Do we know for sure that it's pronounced Neyron and not Naron? I think it's Naron. 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 Well, let's just have a look. Also, let's have a look at how things are currently doing. So, do sticky lands 1. Trillium price is down to 0.54 at the moment, so that's the thing. Could drop more. So, so let's have a look at how the two accounts are doing. So 245 commission in the last 24 hours. The day before it was 300. The day before that was around 290. So it's still doing very well. Then we've got 370 commission in the last 24 hours on the lands that I own. So that's a lot of snaky being distributed to people. And you can see that again, it's a lot of people mining on, still mining on Neri, and less on the other ones. But like I said, that having lots of different land, we obviously need miners to mine on that land. So it's you know, this land right now on the Ron, people use it as a way of getting NFTs, and that it might not always make you the best commission. So these are all things that you want to consider as a landowner. So, but the thing that you can always count on, and what I keep coming back in, is every week that detail payment's going to come rolling around, and then, thank you very much, Alien Worlds, putting that in my back pocket. That is guaranteed income. And like, when Trillium gets more scarce, I know that every year that the detail payments scaled downwards slightly, but every single week for the next 5 years, as this game continues, then you're going to get that payment every week. And that is the advantage of being a landowner, really. The commission is the commission is always going to be a competition to get people to mine on your land, and everyone's always offering these features. People are saying, mining contests and like all this and that. There's special NFTs, and there's always going to be competition to get people to mine on the land. But you've got to think outside the box if you really want to be successful. And so the shared land ownership is one of our unique selling points. The CPU and the tool loaning is going to be some other ones. And whatever you can think of, let me know. I want to hear your ideas on how we can grow the guild, because we're all in it together now. And it's in everyone's interest to get the right type of people mining on the land. So it's pretty exciting times. Pretty exciting, if you ask me. I'm very, very happy with how this has gone. You know, if you'd have told me that we'd raise 100,000 trillium in one day, like 3-4 weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago, I wasn't even interested in advertising the fact that I owned land. I was maybe thinking about doing something later with it, but I had barely anyone mining on my land. And I had some people mining on Neri just because it's purple. People like purple things, and they just mined on it, and I don't know why. But now we're in a position where we've got nearly 3,500 members, and we've raised over 100,000 trillium in less than a day. So it's pretty incredible. And we're only just getting started, and Alien Worlds is only just getting started, so we've not even hit Thunderdome yet. So Thunderdome, you can fight for your planet. So we could all fight for Neuron. And the more that Neuron's winning, the more rewards that we get. So Thunderdome becomes an important part of your income. So the more battles we're winning in Thunderdome, the more money that everyone's going to be receiving, like in income. So, you know, are we going to be able to build a hospital on one of our lands? Who knows? We would be able to set up a business on the land that we already own, build a hospital there, and potentially charge people to heal the minions. That could be possible. So we can do advertising on our land. If maybe upcoming NFT projects want to collaborate with us, we can say, like, look, we've got 3,500 people. They're mining every day. They're looking at the screen every day. That visibility is very valuable, and we can sell that advertising for a good amount of money and redistribute that back to the people that own the land. There's a lot of potential here, and you know, we're only just at the beginning. And I think in a year's time, you know, you can only imagine where we'll be. If we've done this in 4 weeks, imagine where we'll be in a year. Okay, let's go back. I've been rambling, so let's go back to some questions. Could you estimate the earnings on the new land if you owned 1%? If you owned 1% of the new, well, because if you own, I mean, are we talking about Rocky Coastline or are we talking about the 3? Can you still earn snaky tokens for mining on snaky lands? Yes. Do we own 1% of all 3 lands? Yes, you own 1% of all 3 lands. Therefore, you would earn, in detail payments alone, you would earn 1% of 900. No, 1% of 1,800 trillion per week. Times. So you would earn 18 trillion a week if you owned 1% of our current land fund. You would earn 18 trillion a week. What happens if someone sends TLM after the time limit? Well, it won't. It physically won't let you. You'll get an error and it will say program not open. Anyone else got any more questions? Or anything they'd like me to show them? What is the current TLM pool for the current fund up to? It is probably. I probably think it's around 105,000 trillion, 110,000 trillion maybe. I need to check with how much we've got in outstanding Alcor sales orders, because we need to convert this. We might just look at teleporting it across and selling on Binance because the volume's greater now. We need to figure out what the most efficient way of doing it without losing the fees. I'm new here. Can I have a link of your landowner name? So we've got Sammy Snake 5L, and we've got Snaky Lands 1, and then the new one with the new 3 lands are going to be on the Snaky Lands 2. How can I invest in land ownership? Well, the current investment period is just closed, so you'll need to wait for the new one, or you'll need to convince someone to sell you their land tokens. We have about 5k Trillium on Alcor, so yeah, we probably got 107,000 Trillium then. So 107,000 Trillium times that by 0.54. Yeah, so we probably got about $58,000 to work with. Would you have to put up collateral to borrow tools? No, that is the advantage of our new system, is that you will not have to put up any collateral to borrow tools. In normal time, can I win ownership by mining and getting tokens? Yes. Do, do, do. Is it just taking the risk? No, the advantage of our new system is it will not be possible to steal the tools. It is if it works, then it's pretty big, so there is no risk of us losing the tool. Do I need to add SSLand B to my Wax wallet before I'm able to receive them? No, you don't actually need to add any of the custom tokens to your Wax wallet before you receive them. They still end up on your account on the blockchain. It's just a purely, some people prefer using Wax Cloud Wallet to manage their tokens and send them because of the interface. So it's a nice to have sort of thing. If my transaction went through, how long before I receive the Snaky tokens? All Snaky tokens are received instantly. So Snaky Lands 2 will have 3 lands associated to the current buy, and people who have tokens for that land will get daily commissions for all the TLM mined on just those 3 lands. Yes. Right. So if does anyone have any final questions, or I will sign off for this stream and I'll be about in the Discord to answer any more questions. Where and when we'll be able to vote for what lands to buy? I mean, you'll be able to vote just by sending tokens. When I will put an announcement out. Wouldn't that be more advantageous to the Snaky Lands 2 members and disadvantageous to the Snaky Lands, since the new lands may be better? Well, like I said, I'm going to gamify all the lands that we own, so there's incentive to mine on all of the lands, and that's up to us as well to make sure. So, but people enjoy mining on different lands, a bit of variety, and you know, no matter what, you're going to get that detailed payment, so it's still a solid investment. So, can it be considered to vote in a corporation to take the TL? Yeah, so that's another thing that we could potentially, if there's enough demand for it, we could think about consolidating all of the lands that we own into a big company and then owning shares in the company. But it would need to be very well structured, and make sure that, because the lands might have different values, and there might be a debate as to what the values of land would be. I would need to then roll the 3 lands that I own into that, so it could be a big structuring deal. But that could be a way of simplifying things, is that maybe we only have 1 token, and that's just representing the share that we own in all of the lands. Do I have any idea about the hiss to snaky rate? Well, we're still doing some development stuff. I feel like it's going to be. I feel like it might, based on the calculation. I don't know if it's going to be with 3 different things that we're thinking about doing with it. 3 different ratios, and I don't know which one's going to be working. We've got 4-1, 6-1, or 8-1, and those are the 3 options that are being considered in terms of would it actually be costing us money to do it if we made it at the exchange rate too low. It all comes down to the mathematics and the commission. The problem is, until we get these new lands up and running and we see what the income and what the mining stats are and what have you, and all that, then it becomes a lot easier to decide what the value of stuff. There's 3 types of tokens. What's the difference between them? The snaky tokens are an IOU, essentially, to say that I own a ownership in a future land that we're going to buy. And then when we buy the land, it becomes time for you to exchange that snaky token for a physical piece of that land, to say like, all right, I'm exchanging my IOU for a share in the land. And then, so the example, we just had an exchange period where people have exchanged their snaky tokens for a land A token, and then the snaky tokens get burnt, and they hold that land A token, and they receive revenue based on the land, the revenue that land generates. Then we've got Hiss, which is a sort of little brother token to Snaky, and that's to be used for community raffles, fun events, and games. And also, you get that from mining on any of the lands. It could be used in future to make it that maybe we would buy a land only using mining revenue. Maybe we don't want maybe we want a land that could be only paid for people mining. People have said that to me. Maybe we could use Hiss to sort of help us do that. And yeah, so we've got hit, and then there'll be another token. I know everyone's confused about the tokens, but there will probably be a voting token, because people need to be able to make decisions when it comes to their land. So there'll probably be some voting tokens. Right. I mean, we probably after it might have went through after the Discord deadline of me saying that it closed, but when it actually closed might have been different. If it didn't give you an error, then it went through. I will need to check if you've not received snaky tokens after you've sent TLM in, because the number of people that say to me that they haven't received it, and then I go onto their profile and then I just see it. So, I mean, DM me your WAM and I'll check, but most of the time when I check, it's just people not reading. So, but yeah, just let me know. But, yep, so what I'll do is I'll wrap up the stream just now. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Really appreciate the investment and the enthusiasm from everyone. And I'm sure we'll have a lot of debate on the Discord. I hope you guys find this useful. And educate yourselves on how things in the game are working. I would recommend that everyone would take a look at the technical blueprint and familiarize yourselves with. I know the maths is kind of hard sometimes, so but if you're not sure, then ask in the Discord and someone will help you out. But thanks very much for tuning in, and I will speak to you later on.
Sammy Snake says in words, hissing all the time. Sammy Snake says in words, hissing all the time. Hissing with a s, hissing with a s. Sammy Snake says in words he's hissing all the time. Sammy Snake says in words hissing all the time. Sammy Snake says in words hissing all the time. Hissing with a s, hissing with a s. Sammy Snake says in words he's hissing all the time.